Hi friends! In today's video, we are going to learn how to create a website header slider in Figma. The best part is that using this method, you'll not only design amazing headers and sliders, but also gain the skills to create so much more. I will guide you step by step, and if you follow along carefully, you'll be able to create many more designs using this formula, just as I mentioned earlier. So, without further delay, let's get started. The first thing we need is a good banner. Now it's up to you whether you want to create it yourself or follow my design. The width I have set for the banner here is 1000 pixels and the height is 417 pixels. But of course, you can set any size you prefer. I'll show you how to make one right now, so you can get an idea of how it's done. First, we will create a simple frame, and for that, I'll click here in Frame tool, or I can press F as well. I'll click here, and then I'll set the width to 1000 and the height to 417 pixels. I'm using these sizes because I've already created the banners above with them, but you can choose any size you like. However, this size is recommended for this tutorial. Now, I will come here and rename it to 01. Alright, now, here, let's make the edges of this rectangle a little rounded. I think 20 is perfect. After finishing the frame, I need a nice image, which we will use in our banner. There are many image plugins like Unsplash Pexels and Free Pick, and we also have these plugins for the icons. Now I will use the Pexels plugin. Now I will go to the plugin and search Pixels. I used it earlier, so it's already here. Click it. And of course, if it's not showing on your end, you can search for it. Now, before you write anything here, make sure your banner frame is selected. Now here in the plugin, we will search for a nice image. Let's write burger, for example. We have nice images here. Here, select the landscape. Let's use this image for now. Click it, and you can see it fits in this frame, alright? You can see here that this is in 01 frame, alright? If you want to change this, come here and click. Now here, change from fill to crop. This feature provides you with the flexibility to resize or adjust it effortlessly, allowing you to customize it exactly to match your specific needs and preferences. And there are other options available here as well, which you can explore on your own. I hope you understand this. We can do it with another method as well. I will come here in Plugin and do the same search. Make sure you do not select any object. Let me type burger again. And here I will select this image again. Now you can see that this image is placed here separately. I will move it a little lower so that I get some space on top. Now here I will select this frame again. I will remove the image by clicking the minus sign here. Let's minus this white color as well. Or, I think, keep the white color as it was. I'm just going to drag this image into the frame so it fits right in. Let's adjust the image. Hold the spacebar while moving so it will not go outside the frame. I'll use the scale tool to resize this image. Remember one thing, whenever you need to resize an element, try to use the scale tool. Its shortcut key is K. I will come here and adjust this further. I'm using premium images from freepick.com with my paid membership. If you don't have it, that's not a problem. You might find even better images in the plugins. If you look at this, it is a frame named 01, and inside this frame, there is the text written as 01. And here, there is an image. You can place any image you want. I hope you understand this. After that, I will come to this frame and duplicate it, using the Alt and Shift keys. The reason for pressing Shift is to ensure it stays straight and doesn't go off track. After that, I will press Ctrl D 4 times for duplicate, as I need a total of 6 frames or banners. Let's move them slightly downward for the room or space. Now I will select these 6 frames. Next, I need to name these frames or banners from 01 to 06. And for this, I will press Ctrl R and rename all of them. Let's say ABC for now. Now click Rename. After that, I pressed Ctrl R again. This is a workaround. If you want, you can do it one by one. And then here, in the current name field, I will write ABC. So basically, I am replacing ABC with numbers. It shows up and down, and we will select the number using the down arrow. Figma will rename them as 1, 2, 3, and so on. Now you can see that all frame names have changed with 01, 02 till 06. So basically, you need to make a total of 6 banners. I made one, but you got the idea. So create the other 5 banners accordingly. Now, I will remove these, as they are unnecessary at this point, because I have already created them above. Now here, I am ungrouping it to avoid confusion. You can see it is the same as what we did during practice, 01, 02, and so on. And you can see these banners. It has the same thing, image, and text, all right? And after that, you need to select all of them. If you want, you can press Shift-A to eliminate any gaps between them. When you press Shift-A, it will show you the gap between the items. Look here. I will set this to 0, as this is very important. The second thing is, when you set the gap, you need to rename this frame, but give it a name that is easy to remember. I will name it Header. And after that, I will right-click here and remove the auto layout. Remember, there will be no auto layout in this header frame, and no gap as well. Then I will come to the last frame and grab it from the end. I will drag it till the first frame. It will also snap here, which you can feel during the work, and you will also see the red dots at the edges. I selected the main header frame and ensured its size matched the headers inside it. Yes, it's the same size. This is exactly the same size as our headers. Please note that this is now our main header, and we have a total of 6 headers inside it. These are all listed here. From 1 to 6, they are all arranged here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? After that, I will come here and turn on the Clip Content option. When you turn it on, anything outside the frame will be hidden. After that, we need to work on the icons. Creating an icon is very simple. This one is 100 by 100. I will come here and create a circle of 100 by 100. I'll hold Shift to resize it proportionally. I will enter 100, equaling the width and height with the aspect ratio. If you turn this off, only one dimension will change, while the other remains unaffected. I'll undo this so it resets to its original state. Next, I will come here and I will need to change its color. For the color, you can choose anything, but let's say I will make it white. Then, for this small arrow, I can either create it myself using the pen tool or go to Plugins. In the Plugins section, type Iconify. Here it is. From Iconify, you can pick any arrow you like. Here, I will type an arrow. Let me place this one here. After placing it, I need to position it properly. We can resize it as needed. I will come here and give it a rough size that works for me. Then make sure to select both the arrow and the circle. After selecting them, press Ctrl-Alt-G to create a frame. I will name this frame right. Make it center. I will slightly move the arrow using the keyboard arrows until I am fully satisfied with its position. After that, I will duplicate it by pressing the Alt and Shift keys. Then, here, select it and flip it horizontally. After flipping, I will center and adjust it again. This is now set. I will name this one left. The previous one was right. Next, I will select both of them. After that, I will come here and click on Create Multiple Components. Then, I will click on Combine as Variants. I will rename this as Arrow. Let me move this one to avoid confusion. Now, we have both left and right arrows here. I will label this as Direction. You can write anything here, such as type or any other label. Then, I will come here and while holding Alt, drag it out. Now, you need to understand this point. If you miss this, you might face difficulty creating it. Look, this is the header, right? This is the main one. This is the frame that we will move. Okay, this frame for the header will move through the arrows. When we click on the arrow, the header will move. So, note that the header is a separate element, and the arrow is another separate element. I will select both, and press Ctrl-Alt-G to create a frame. Now, rename this to main01. You need to handle this carefully. If you look on the left side, this is main01. It has two elements, arrow and header. And inside this header, we have a total of 6 headers, if you remember. I will lock this frame to ensure it doesn't move. Now, I will take the arrow and slowly drag it over here. Here it is. After that, I will duplicate it by pressing Ctrl-D. I will then slowly move it and place it over here. I'll bring it to this position and align it inside. Now, I will center and adjust both arrows. For now, I'm doing it roughly, but you can calculate and align it properly if you want. Select this frame. And then you will see there's a small icon under the layout that says Resize to Fit. Click it. I'll click on it and it fits perfectly. Please make sure the size of this frame is the same as our base. This is your right arrow and this is your left arrow. Let's rename them here. Make this right and make this left. Now, I'll unlock the header. I hope you get this because it's super important to understand. Now, I will come here and move it slightly up to create some space for me to work. I will now duplicate it by holding Alt and Shift key. After that, I will press Ctrl-D a total of 4 times to get 6 items. Select these frames and rename them. Now, I'll repeat the same method I did earlier. I will press Ctrl-R and rename it to Imtiaz. Click on Rename. After that, I will press Ctrl-R again. Here, I will write Imtiaz as I do not want it. Then, I will replace it with header, add a space, and click on Number with a down arrow. Click Rename. Now, everything is renamed correctly with the proper numbers. Next, I will come here and click on Create Multiple Components. Then, I will click on Combine as Variants. Now, I'll rename it as Header Animation. Okay, friends, now I'm here, and you can see that this frame, named Header01, it has 3 elements. The left arrow, the right arrow, and the header that we created. And inside this header, there are a total of 6 headers or frames. First, we won't do anything to the first one. For the second one, I'll come here, expand Header02, and click on the header frame. Make sure this layer is selected. Press Enter. It's selected the 6 frames or headers inside it. Now, we need to move all these inner frames or headers together to the left, and the distance will be 1000, which is the size of our header, if you remember. Now here, you can see it shows mixed in position. The reason is that each frame has a different position. I will write here -1000 and press Enter. You can see that it moved by -1000, and the second frame is now visible. In the same way, I'll come here and click on the header layer again. Press Enter, and here I will write 2000, as 1000 plus 1000 is equal to 2000. But if your frame size is hard to remember, you can simply write it twice, like -1000. Then -1000 and press Enter. Now, you can see the third frame or header has appeared here, in the visible area. Now I will do the same for the rest. Okay, friends, it's all set now. Here, the left icon in the first header. I'll either delete it or hide it. You can delete it if you want. Do whatever you find easier, but I am hiding it. Similarly, the right arrow in the 6th header will also be hidden, as there is no logic for having a next arrow when there's no further frame. That's why I hide the arrow in the first header. I will come here and click on the Prototype tab. Here, I'll specify that when this arrow is clicked, it should take us to header number 2. Make sure it links to the correct frame. When I link it, you'll see the option pop up. I'll also double-check to ensure it's pointing to the right frame. Yes, it's correctly linked to header 02, and here, there's an option for Instant, which means it will immediately switch. But I will go to Smart Animate. I'll select Smart Animate here and choose an appropriate option. For now, I'll set it to ease in, and for the duration here, I will keep it as it is. I think it's fine. Now, I'll close this. Similarly, I'll set up the rest. Since the last setting I applied is saved in memory, it will show the same settings, and I'll continue with those. Let me do the remaining frames this way. For the last frame, I'll set it up so that clicking the arrow moves from 6 back to 5. This time, I'll set it to ease out. It's done. After that, I'll click on the Design tab. I will select the first frame, drag it out using Alt key, and cut it with Ctrl X. Then I will come here. I won't explain this part because my main goal is to teach you about the header slider. But you can see that it's simple. A logo, navigation, and a call to action. I will come here and paste it with Ctrl V. When I paste it here, it's usually centered, but just to be safe, I'll check and align it properly as per my requirements. I slightly adjusted its position upward. You can resize it as needed. For the width of the website, if you press F and check here, you'll see the size of the desktop. It's 1440 pixels wide. If you click on it, it will show the size. 1440 pixels wide and 1024 pixels tall. This is a standard size, and you can use it if you want. However, since I'm only demonstrating the header, I'll stick to this. Now I clicked on Play. Set it to fit the width. Now check it. I think I forgot one thing, so I'll fix it now. The first icon, which was duplicated and made into a variant, you might remember, this one. And here is the component variant. I forgot to change the position. I just need to go here, select the left ones, and set them properly. That's it. I forgot this part. I'll rename this frame to Slider. Then I will play it again and set it to fit width. Now you can see everything is okay. Friends, in Prototype, in the animation section, you can play around and see what is best for you. And using the same method, you can make many things. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so very much. And let me know which video you want to see next. Bye and take care. Happy design.